Why, if you got a foreigner boyfriend, suddenly you are like a solution of every problem uh, in terms of financial problem. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wang. And to this video, I'm going to talk about the biggest pressure of a Filipina if they have a foreigner husband or a boyfriend. But before I gonna go ahead, I want to say thank you to you all for all the support you have given to my channel, and I hope you're not going to get tired. And yes, thank you. And yes, without further ado, let's go ahead and start our topic for today's video. Okay, let's talk about the number one pressure might be. This is really not really necessary for the Filipino to entertain, but it's a real fact that it's happening every time you get a foreigner boyfriend or a foreigner husband. That the people, some of the people in the Philippines, some of the people, Filipino people around you, and think that you are kind of a rich, and I don't know why. It's probably because you get a partner husband or a boyfriend, and some other people think that foreigners are all rich, which is, I think it's true. Most of the foreigners is richer than most of the people here in Philippines, most of us Filipino. But there are the people sometimes have to understand that some of the foreigners are, yeah, considered very rich because they might have their own business. They are well stable financially, and yeah, well stable, it's double. So yeah. And but some, I think people here in Philippines, some of the Filipino might understand as well the fact that some other foreigners is work hard, uh, when they are go back to their country after the vacation in Philippines. They have to be back in a routine that they have to work long hours just to get money and enough salary, and then they have struggles with bills as well. It's just normal, like typical kind of living. It seems like most of us Filipino experiencing in here. So uh, it's kind of a little bit these people that think that foreigner are all rich, like have to, like, know that it's not the fact. The fact is not like that, and all the situation is not like that. Sorry. It's just like, uh, each one of us got a problem to deal with, and so as foreign people, foreigners. So sorry, but because not all the Filipina that get a foreigner boyfriend or a husband is not struggling with money. Sometimes they're just like, it looks like it's a better place than how what where she was, but it's not always like, kind of a like living like a princess. Some other might be so lucky to have all the abundance in terms of money, but not all. So yes, not all is just I mean, some others just living like the way, like in here in Philippines. You have to work, and yes, long hours, overtime. If you want to get more money, work hard. So yes. And yeah, that is number one pressure of a Filipina, because they are people expecting her to be like, in a better place right away, get a better house, get a car, whatever financial thing, like And yes, it is wrong because, as I said, it's not the situation. Not all the situation is just like that. Yes. And yes, let's move on to number two. I think number two is the most important because as we know, Filipino people, we know the culture, we know how we valued our family in here. So it's gonna be so much pressure with a Filipina from her family. I'm not saying all the family, Filipino family in here is gonna be like that, but I've heard a couple of story about it that the Filipina is when you have a foreigner boyfriend or a husband, you get a pressure from your family. And in the way of like, this is a thing that I don't understand so much. Why, if you got a foreigner boyfriend, suddenly you are like a solution of every problem uh, in terms of financial problem, and that it's too like it's not fair for a Filipina because why if you get a foreign Filipino boyfriend, he is welcome in the house. It's not really necessary for him to help financial problem uh, if there is, and but if he could, he can help. But with a foreign boyfriend, it's gonna be like it sounds like you have to help. It's really necessary to help. I'm not saying I'm not saying that all Filipino people family is like this, but I heard a couple of sorry. And yeah, it's just a pressure from a Filipina. She because she is in between. For example, the family will ask her a couple of financial things, a financial problem. Will tell her a financial problem. Of course, especially some of the Filipina that if they get a husband, she stopped working, she's not making money, or and then she's just relying to her husband and her partner. And then the family, of course, as again, I gotta make it clear, not all the Filipino family is like this, but I heard a couple of situation that it's, for example, the auntie of the Filipina will ask her because she knows that here she got a foreigner boyfriend, so of course she gonna ask her money, borrow money, kind of about for business. And sometimes like it's a pressure for a Filipina because uh, sometimes it will create a problem to her husband or boyfriend or partner. And then on the other hand, she don't want to turn her auntie down about the thing. And yes, it's just difficult because if the Filipina is genuinely in love to their partner, to their partner, husband or boyfriend, the last thing she need is to make this to make her partner feel like he's being taken for advantage. I mean, I gotta make it clear, it's really really beautiful feeling when we can help, and I know that fact. But not to the point that you know me and my partner, me and my foreigner boyfriend or husband might be will my family is gonna look at us like a solution in every financial problem, because it's just not right. And yeah, as I said, my family can ask me help anytime, much as we could, we gonna help. But this kind of feeling that you feeling like you need to help every time and there's no other way, it's just you who have to help, and which is unfair. Because why, if I get for example me, I got a foreigner boyfriend, right? And or I get, for example, I mean I got a Filipino boyfriend here. The Filipino boyfriend is not really like demand to help the family. And how it happened, like how it happened that if I got a foreigner boyfriend, I have to, like, think that all the family members, like, not really I have, but I kind of feeling like you need to help financially in each member of the family. Can you imagine, like, if you get a foreigner boyfriend, and then or a husband, and you get a big family, and one today asks help and the other day other one asks help, and it's okay if the Filipina is working and making money as well. For her, it's not really a pressure. But I'm talking about the situation that the Filipina stopped working and just relying to her boyfriend or a husband or a partner. So what she gonna do? It's so kind of, if I put myself into that position, kind of, I can't turn my back with my family, because here in Philippines, Filipino can't really just turn their back from their family easily. We are kind of like, we care and we love our family so much. And so it's not easy, but in the same other in some in the other side, it's hard for a Filipina uh, to have this feeling that she have to tell him that she needs money for her family. That's unless the foreigner or the past husband or the boyfriend, foreigner boyfriend or husband, offered a help, which is okay. And still, to me, like, it's still awkward. I mean, not awkward, like, kind of embarrassing situation. I don't know. I correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not good at this, and so good at. And yes, to me, that's the very pressure situation of a Filipina. I have one subscribers that uh, he commented one of my videos about, like, he's being fed off with the family of his wife, because always asking and every asking money, whatever reason they need money all the time. uh, it's so, as I always said, sorry for the helicopter, as I always said, it's always I'm in the airport suddenly. I don't know where I'm at. Uh, yes, it just like write a comment of the experience you have if you are with a Filipina, how she deal with it, or kind of like I'd love to hear from you. Comment in the comment section. Share your experience and your thoughts about it, because that's just kind of like an kind of an issue in here that it's kind of bother me a little bit in terms of that. I mean, I don't want the people to just always think like that, or the family members of the Filipina will think that uh yes, the foreign boyfriends have to help all the time, and have he is a solution of every financial situation, because it's just putting a lot of pressure for a Filipina in terms of that, because we all know not all foreigners is like rich and just can just picking up money on the street and just the money drop on their lump right away. I mean, they have a budget as well. So yes, let me know your opinion and thoughts about this topic for today's video. And I'll see you to my next video. And you guys, take care. God bless.